Russian ambassador to the United States Anatoly Antonov suggested to Washington to begin talks on developing a treaty to replace START 3. The State Department has previously stated its interest in extending the treaty beyond 2026. The treaty expires in a few years, in 2026. Is it in the national interest of the United States to have no contact between the military and diplomats about strategic stability? I don't think so, Antonov said. Political dialogue between Russia and the United States is at an unprecedentedly low level and is limited to discussions of technical issues, Antonov said. The Russian-American political dialogue is at an unprecedentedly low level. Trust is being undermined, and cooperation even on issues of obvious mutual interest is ceasing. Communication between the parties is limited today, Antonov said. The diplomat also said that at present the parties are not conducting a dialogue on strategic stability issues, calling the situation wrong, because the world expects concrete actions from the United States and Russia. Antonov added that he was not aware of any informal dialogue between Moscow and Washington. The Kremlin said on June 6 that Russia is interested in nuclear weapons talks with the United States, but such talks are impossible at the moment. Particularly since the Russian invasion of Ukraine, Putin and other Russian leaders have threatened to use nuclear weapons against the United States and its NATO allies if they choose to intervene directly in the conflict. The war in Ukraine reaffirmed the importance of nuclear weapons as a major deterrent in global conflicts. For the first time since the end of the Cold War, a major power publicly threatened to use tactical nuclear weapons. And the strategy worked. The West carefully timed the sale of weapons to Ukraine so that Russia would not resort to nuclear escalation. An unprovoked Russian invasion of Ukraine would not happen if Ukraine had not given up its nuclear arsenal following the 1994 Budapest Memorandum on Security Assurances, which included guarantees by the United States and Russia to respect and protect its integrity. Revolutionary powers such as North Korea and Iran followed these developments closely. For Iran, a rising Shiite power, its nuclear program is a hedge against the surrounding Sunni powers, all allies of Israel and the United States. North Korea's nuclear logic is not much different. There are several viable ways for stopping the trend toward nuclear proliferation. One would be for the 5 major nuclear powers if they demonstrate the beginning by drastically reducing their arsenals. The obstacle here arises from the mismatch between conventional US military power and the power of China and Russia. For France and Great Britain, on the other hand, obtaining nuclear weapons is a status issue.